Hey folks, this is Bob. I've been gone for a few days, and while I've been gone, Jan has been busy doing stuff. Let me turn the camera around. Here's the back end of our left engine. He's added in the fuel pump, the starter, the hydraulic pump, I think that was already in, the tack drive. This is the carburetor feed hose, once we get the carburetor on there. This is the supply line for the carburetor. And then this is the oil feed line for the engine. And then there will be a return line. So he's been busy doing that. And on the other engine, he's installed the starter and the fuel pump. And so, yeah, progress has been being made. Before I left, I got this grommet all the way in here, and I just need to tie off this propeller governor line. We've got it tied off down in there. Have it tied off here. We need to sit down and really put our thinking caps on and make sure that we figure out where the magneto P leads go and what their lengths are, and also the feathering pump solenoid line. And from what I understand, I haven't looked, but I talked to Jan yesterday, I think, and he said that the fellas are done with that wing over there getting the wiring in, so now that hatch can go down. Anyway, just a quick update. We'll see what happens today, what we get done. I'm here alone for the moment, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, see you soon. So hey folks, here I am down at the hangar with the bomber, as always. Jan and I have been trying to carefully work through the hoses that we need, trying to get sizes. Let me turn this around. And we have a whole list. It's hard to do this with one hand. A whole list of the hoses that we need, plus a little bit more back here. Anyway, so we've been calculating and figuring and doing some temporary stuff with other hoses to see how they're going to lay, and I think that we've got it pretty well figured out. The carburetor's just on here temporarily. It's not bolted down at all. Verified today that we have complete exhaust systems for both engines. This is one set. But the difference, and I've been struggling for a while to understand the difference. So on the back of the engine, here's a picture here. There are 9 exhaust manifolds. There's 7 of a part number 260, 1 of a part number 261, and 1 of a part number 262. Well, the 260 and the 261 look very much alike. So here's what the difference is, and Jan discovered this a little while ago. Here, this 261 is sitting here on this box. You can twist it, it doesn't hardly move. Now the 260 on the other hand, it's got a different twist in it, and that's what the problem is. So now that we figured that out, all we have to do is we've got enough pieces for them. I've got 2 that still need to be blasted, but we also, there's a mod that Douglas came up with back in the day, because this spot welding here, this would separate and the exhaust manifold would fall off. This is a slip joint for expansion on this side. So this is the only part that gets mounted with a clamp to the engine. So what Douglas came up with, a tactical order, was to drill holes and plug weld these in place so that they can no longer slip off. So I've got 5 of them that need plug welding, and then that'll take care of that. Otherwise, let me turn this around. Otherwise, it's been a lot of stuff going on really quickly, lots more discoveries. Waiting Monday, I'm supposed to get a call from Anderson Aeromotive regarding the harnesses that they're building for the magnetos, the propeller governors, there's something else. Oh yeah, there's a harness in here. Let me turn this around again. There's a harness in here that feeds the, this is used for priming the engine. And then up here on the air intake, that's not here right now, there's a temperature sensor for the air intake sensor. And that's got to go from here over to here, drop over to there, come across a little bit more, drop down to the primer solenoid, and then go into the starter vibrator box. But we're getting really, really close to being able to hang these engines. Looking forward to the day. All right, hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, liking, turning on the bell notifications, I'm going to try to put these out more frequently so you know what's going on. Have a great day. Okay, folks, so we're doing everything we can to get these engines, let me turn the camera around, to understand what we need to know to mount these engines to the firewall. And we're pretty sure we've got most of the hoses worked out. The harnesses, we still have to have them built, but we're pretty sure we understand those. But now we're to the point where we need to, the next thing on the list is coming up with a pre-start lube pump to lube the galleries in the engine. And that's this point here. And if we get pressure into here, that's going to provide lubrication to the crankshaft and all the bearings so that this thing can turn over without doing damage to the engine when you start it. To that end, we're coming up with a device to have onboard oiling, and this is where we're going to mount a pump. And this is a bracket that used to sit in here. And what that bracket is for, back in the day, if you were an A-26 ground crewman, if the batteries were dead on this airplane, you might be called upon to stick a handle. And what we've now covered that hole right there. Let's see, get my hand out of the way. You can stick a handle in there and crank this thing up. There would have been a starter cable drive that you'd plug into. You'd come up here to the side of the starter, and once you crank the magneto or the flywheel that's in here fast enough, then the pilot up inside, or no, you would do it here. There's a handle right, it's on the other bell. We took that part out of here. So you'd grab this handle from the outside and you would pull it, and it would yank a cable that also went to the starter, and that would engage the drive to start cranking over the motor. Well, most